Hi everyone, and thank you for joining the September edition of our SSD Parent Advisory Council headlines video. I'm excited to have you here. My goal is to give you a brief update of what happened during our meeting this past Wednesday and do it in less than 10 minutes. So let's see if I can hit that mark today. Before I get started, I do want to take just a step back. I was reminded that some of the people who might be watching this video are not as technologically savvy as I might think our baseline is. I won't mention any names, but just wanted to let you know that if you are watching this from our PAC website, you would need, in order to subscribe to our YouTube channel or to see the show notes that I reference several times during my videos, you would need to actually click on the video and go over to the YouTube channel. And from there, underneath the video, you will see a red button that says subscribe. So you need to log in to YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you can log in through your Gmail account and subscribe so that then you'll get notifications whenever I publish a new video and you don't have to go to the website to try and find the video and all those types of things. It also will have all of the show notes underneath the video so that you can click on the links and reference the things that I bring up in each and every one of our videos. Okay, on to the meat of our last meeting. So I was super excited to welcome 3 new voted in members this last month. So welcome to Bridget, Erica, and Megan. Was super excited to see even some new school districts that we haven't had represented on our PAC join. So I look forward to working closer with these women who just joined us and hopefully get some good information out to the parents in those schools and school districts. We had 2 main topics last Wednesday night. The first one, Michelle Levy-Perez from Parent Education and Diversity Awareness came and spoke to us about cultural proficiency. And then I went over our hot topic survey that I sent out to all of our members earlier this month, right after last meeting, and also gave a state of the PAC update on what our membership numbers looked like at the end of last year and what our goals are moving forward for this year. So Michelle Levy-Perez for Cultural Proficiency and Equity, she spoke to us about the journey that SSD has been on to really become more culturally proficient. And it's a really individualized journey. So she provided some resources for us that we can access that are available for free, some frameworks on some websites, and then some resources specifically pulled together for us to help us go through our own learning journey. And the reason why I asked Michelle and her team to present to us is because I recognize that not everyone in my district looks like me, talks like me, thinks like me, and certainly doesn't have the same lived experiences that I have had. So I wanted to become more culturally proficient myself so that I can reach a wider range of people within the county overall and my partner district specifically. And I know that most of us who are trying to create PACs within our own districts feel the same way, that we know that we need to reach a wider variety of people within our districts. So those resources are going to be linked on both our website and in the show notes on YouTube so that you can check out those resources and start your own journey, start your own learning. There's going to be some quick things in there like meeting norms, some basics that you can do quickly, and then some other things that are more in-depth, like reading a book or taking a seminar. There's a wide variety of options when you look at these resources. Okay, the second thing is I went over the hot topic review and the state of the PAC. If you look at our membership numbers, we ended last year with 20 members representing 15 different partner districts or SSD schools. So we've got a couple of districts and schools where there's more than 1 member, which is fantastic because my big, dreamy, juicy goal is to have 2 members for every single partner district and SSD school. That way, everybody has a backup and we can try to have every district represented at every single meeting. That way, your voice is in the room every time we get together. Last year, we lost 7 members. Most of them hadn't been participating or attending in a long time. And so we actually gained 6 new members last year. And then we have 3 more who just joined us on Wednesday, as I already mentioned. So they actually now represent 2 more schools and districts that we didn't already have. So we have 17 out of our 22 districts plus 5 schools. So we are on our way to meeting the shorter term goal of adding 5 new partner districts or SSD schools during this school year to our membership roster. So think about who in your partner district you might invite to come join with you, invite to come to a meeting, just to see if you can get them to join as a member so that you would have some backup in the future. And then after I spoke about the membership report, we talked about the hot topics and the review. I don't have all that information right in front of me, but it's included in the slides. I'll make sure that everybody has visibility to that, where everything ranked for our hot topics. But we had about 12 of our members respond, which is pretty good. About 10, 11 districts were represented. So based on that, we are going to be setting our agenda for the rest of the year. Dr. Keenan gave us her superintendent's update. She talked about 3 main things that are going on in the within SSD. She's launching a climate survey to take a look, because there's a difference between what's going on in the partner districts versus how paras, parents, and teachers feel within the SSD schools. So they're taking a look at all the partner districts and doing this specially designed instruction audit. I'm not quite sure what my abbreviation here is supposed to stand for, sorry. But they're looking across the county to see, just to get what the baseline of information is of what things look like within the partner districts, and to see how SSD going forward can best support that individual partner district going forward. The second initiative that they have is they're looking at HR to see how staff is supported and looking at their turnover rates, how they hired a lot of paras, but some of them have already quit. So what can they do to change that turnover rate and keep more people for a longer period of time? And then she also mentioned that there are 3 Board of Education spots open for the SSD Board of Education. Those are voted on by our governing council. It's not something that you have to run and there's a popular public election for. So if you're interested in that, it's a kind of a whole different separate piece of the governance structure within SSD that really focuses on SSD schools. It is great to have parent input on there. We have a couple of parents already on there on the Board of Education, but if you're interested, drop me an email, let me know, and we'll get you the information if you're interested in doing that. But those elections would be held in March by our governing council, and those would be for 3 different Board of Education positions. Then we went around the room and gave an opportunity for the different school districts to share either an activity that's coming up or a win, something that went well for them in the last month. Kirkwood is having their All Abilities football game on October 16th at 6 p.m. at the Kirkwood High School, where they get the community involved. All of the kids who want to participate can. The girls can cheer with the cheerleaders, and the boys can go out, and the girls and boys, whoever wants to, can go out on the football field and play a game of flag football. They're paired up with a buddy who's either on the cheerleading team or the football team. It's really sweet. A lot of the community shows up and supports this. It's just darling. So if you're interested in doing something like this for your own district, you are more than welcome to head on down to Kirkwood October 16th at 6 p.m. to the high school to see how they organized it and see if it's something you want to bring to your own partner district. Hazelwood had a huge celebration. They had a kickoff barbecue at the beginning of their school year. They started planning for this last March or April, and they had over 400 people come to a park on a Saturday. They provided hot dogs and chips, and they got the community involved and things donated. Andrew from Hazelwood is going to write up kind of how he did it, the steps that they did to plan it, some tips and tricks and do's and don'ts. So he's going to write that up for us, and I will make sure that it's posted on our website and we share it in a future video, so that if you are interested in doing something like that, which seems like it had an amazing turnout for him, then you will have the details on that. And then one last thing, October is Disability History and Awareness Month. And if you go to disability.mo.gov, there's actually a handbook there that has a variety of ways that you can recognize within the community and within the schools that inclusivity, and that October is Disability History and Awareness Month. So if you are interested in information on that, I will make sure that the link is in the show notes below. But again, it's disability.mo.gov. Okay, I think that pretty much wraps us up. Our next meeting will be at the SSD Central Office on October 9th at 7 p.m. I hope to see even more people come and even more members join in our October meeting to meet my big, dreamy, juicy goal of having at least 3 more partner districts and SSD schools represented on our PAC. I'm super excited and honored to be leading this group of amazing advocates. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next month.